Well, that was compelling. I'm going to get back to basics a little bit here. My name is Josh Thompson. I am originally from Northern California. I lived in Southern California for 7 years prior to moving back to Sacramento. I want to start off by, we're going to follow sort of a similar route in terms of the way we compare Northern California versus Southern California. But I'm going to start with the weather. Have any of you been outside in like the last 2 days? That's like a scene from the day after tomorrow compared to Southern California. It's 70 degrees and sunny, and in fact, according to the Western Regional Climate Center, Southern California averages about 181 days of sunshine a year. Now that's not partly cloudy, that's not slightly cloudy, that's pure unadulterated sunshine. We fluctuate between 70 and 72, probably about 90% of the time. Additionally, our beaches are warmer. I don't know if you guys have been in the water over here. I'm sure Northern California has beaches too, and that's fine. They're cold, and you're also significantly more likely to be popped by a white shark. In fact, only 20 of the 95 white shark attacks that have happened off the coast of California have happened south of Point Conception. So you've got 75 up here and only 20 down there, so swim at your own risk. A little bit further, Southern California has a lower unemployment rate, which is kind of interesting because we were just talking about how much Silicon Valley pumps into the economy. But if you look at a county-by-county basis and compare Northern California versus Southern California, Southern California actually has a lower unemployment rate. And while we thank you very much for the water, as we move forward, and probably in the next 10 years, the United States is going to surpass Saudi Arabia in terms of oil production as we're ramping it up. And a big chunk of that's going to come out of Southern California. So I'll just preemptively say you're welcome. Now, additionally, contributing to that lower unemployment, we have companies like Disney, Dole, Boeing, and Mattel that all have headquarters in Southern California. And then, we were talking earlier, I believe you said something about how crowded Los Angeles is. Well, that's true, but San Francisco County has, let's take a look here, San Francisco County has 18,336 people per square mile. Compare that to Los Angeles County, which has 2,571 people. So that's 16,000 more people per square mile in San Francisco County versus Los Angeles, and that's according to the RAND Corporation we mentioned earlier. So you might say, well, that's because Los Angeles has more space. Now, that's true, but they're doing really good things with it, because there's 446 Chinese restaurants that deliver in Los Angeles alone. That's 107 shawarma restaurants and 2,317 different places to get a taco. There's only 328 places in all of San Francisco to get a taco, according to Yelp. So compare the two. We were talking about tourism. Now, you're really close to Napa Valley. I know, I grew up there. There's a lot of tourists in Napa. There's like 2 people that live there, and everybody else just comes to the back. I swear to God. My graduating class is like 14 kids. Everybody else has a vacation home there. And we were also talking about traffic. Now, according to Forbes magazine, they recently released a list of the 10 worst commutes in the United States. 4 of them are located in Northern California. I bet you can guess where they are. They're in San Jose, they're in San Francisco, they're in the I-80 corridor, usually around 4:30 when I'm trying to get out of here. And then we were talking about education. Now there are 12 CSUs and 5 UCs and innumerable number of city colleges that are in the greater Los Angeles and Southern California area. 2 of those universities, according to US News, have the top-rated hospitals in California. You're talking about the Ronald Reagan Center at UCLA and the Keck Hospital at USC. Colleges that are doing fantastic work and changing lives. So, I just want to close by saying, I'm not here to tell you to move to Southern California right now. I'm just saying, go down there, check out the sunshine, have a Corona, hang out, let me know what you think.
Dan, take it away.
All right. So, my opponent, or John, not my opponent, but he pretty much says, a lot of things he says, I kind of feel like it's really hypocritical. Do you guys get that way? Do you guys feel that way? I don't know. One thing it talks about is weather. And yeah, that's true. Like he's saying, it is warmer there. But really, who really cares? Not all people like the warmer weather. I don't think so. I think that's really stereotypical, thinking that, oh, people like warm weather, but that's not true. Another thing is he talks about surfers and getting attacked by sharks. Are there a lot of people here that surf, really? Not so much. So it doesn't really, actually no, not so much, no one does. So it doesn't really pertain. Another thing is that SoCal's bigger counties. Two counties here can fit in one county there. Like I said, the reason why is because of overpopulation. There are way too many people there. And also, I don't think that the statistics that he comes up with are very reliable. I think they're very skewed. I think they are very biased. And the last thing I want to say is that I think all of you really know deep down that you prefer NorCal. I know you do. I know you do. And so does Josh. So thank you for listening.
So, to recap, we have questioned the RAND Corporation, which is a nonprofit that runs almost all the statistics that you'll see coming in and out of California, so that was nice. We also called out Dodger fans when you're in the backyard of the Oakland Raiders. So, I mean, before we start calling people out as unruly, just kind of look over towards Oakland. It doesn't matter if you surf. If you go to the beach and you stand up to your knees, you're in 2 feet of water, and guess where most shark attacks happen? 2 feet of water, like that. So, in closing, you're right, it can be a little crowded at times, but the city of Los Angeles, which is about equal to the size of San Francisco County, still only has about 8,000 people per square mile. So that's still half of the people per square mile in San Francisco. So even if you say LA County is larger, you're right, but if you just took the city of Los Angeles, you would still have half as many people as you have per square mile in San Francisco. Now that's crowded. Thank you very much.